Now I feel completely justified in my fear and also realizing how much of a terrible mistake I've made in springing this on you in this moment.
Over the years, The Rookie has gone through quite a few casting shakeups. Supporting characters often come and go, sometimes fading into the background while the main cast gets all the attention. It's become pretty common for the spotlight to shift heavily towards certain characters, especially when new storylines are introduced that elevate their roles even further. But at the heart of all the action, one character has remained the anchor of the series, John Nolan, played by Nathan Fillion. He's not just another lead. Nolan is the foundation of the entire show. His late-in-life decision to join the LAPD and prove himself as a rookie cop is what kicked off the series in the first place. What makes Nolan so easy to root for is that he's not only brave and determined, but also genuinely kind-hearted. He wants to do what's right, even when the stakes are high or the odds are against him. On top of all that, his family, especially his son, has always been a core part of his motivation. But lately, that important piece of his life seems to have been brushed aside. In recent seasons, The Rookie has practically forgotten Nolan has a son at all, and considering everything he's been through, especially surviving that near-death situation in the Season 7 finale, it feels like the perfect time for the show to bring that father-son dynamic back into the picture. Henry, Nolan's son, played by Zayn Emery, was actually a pretty big part of the early seasons. He wasn't just mentioned now and then, he showed up regularly. Nolan would talk about him at work, proudly introduce him to his fellow officers when he visited, and constantly show how much he cared about him. Their relationship wasn't just background noise, it was a major reason Nolan kept pushing forward. He wanted to prove to Henry that this career move was meaningful, that it was something good. You could tell that everything Nolan did on the job had a layer of personal motivation tied to his role as a father. There were also real challenges Nolan faced while raising a college-aged son, including struggling to help pay for Henry's education while navigating the demanding world of police work. Their bond remained strong despite the physical distance between them, and it was nice to see that emotional weight carry through the episodes. One of the biggest moments involving Henry came in Season 3, when he faced a serious medical scare and had to make a tough decision about undergoing heart surgery. It was a storyline that brought Nolan and Henry closer together, especially after it was revealed that Henry had dropped out of college. The whole arc showed a more vulnerable side of Nolan and strengthened the emotional core of the show. But oddly enough, after that intense plotline, Henry just kinda disappeared. He only made 2 brief cameo appearances following his surgery, and since then, the show has mostly acted like he's not part of Nolan's life anymore. Every now and then, Nolan might mention him in passing, but it's rare, and honestly, it creates a strange inconsistency in the character's journey. Nolan wouldn't just forget about his son, especially after everything they went through together. That gap in storytelling feels like a missed opportunity. That's why The Rookie Season 8 really needs to bring Henry back. It's time for the series to revisit that meaningful relationship and give Nolan the reunion he deserves. After all, this is a man who almost lost his life recently. Facing death often makes people reflect on what truly matters, and for Nolan, that's always included his family. So bringing Henry into the mix wouldn't just patch a lingering plot hole, it would give Nolan a chance to reconnect with his roots and give viewers a richer, more grounded storyline. There's also the fact that Henry isn't with his fiancée anymore and has likely gone through his own changes and growth in the years since we last saw him. Catching up with him could give fans answers to those loose ends and possibly set the stage for more character development, not just for Henry, but for Nolan too. And considering Nolan's relationship with Bailey, played by Jenna Dewan, it would be great to see how those two interact when Henry's around. Up to now, we've only seen them share a quick moment or two. Season 8 could be the time to really explore what that dynamic looks like and whether there's any tension or bonding between them. As The Rookie continues to thrive, it's clear that the audience is still very much invested in the show. The series has officially been renewed for Season 8, which wasn't exactly a surprise, given its steady ratings and loyal fanbase. ABC confirmed the renewal alongside other network favorites like Grey's Anatomy, 911, and Will Trent. But here's the catch. Fans will need to be a bit more patient this time around. The Rookie is being held for mid-season, so instead of dropping in the fall of 2025, it'll be part of the 2026 spring lineup. Of course, that extended break just means there's more time to build anticipation and more room to make the storyline bigger and better. Season 7's ending is already playing a key role in shaping what's ahead. We know Oscar and Monica will remain important characters going forward. Whether they show up in every episode or only pop in now and then, they're clearly being set up for long-term story arcs. Monica's deal with the feds for immunity, for example, opens the door to all kinds of complications. She might keep committing crimes that force the LAPD to track her down again, or she could end up working alongside them in some sketchy advisory role. Either way, it's messy and dramatic, which makes for great TV. And then there's Oscar Hutchinson, who, according to showrunner Alexi Hawley, wasn't even supposed to stick around. Originally written as a one-off villain, Oscar became such a hit thanks to Matthew Glave's performance that the team decided to bring him back. Hawley said they love having him as both a chaotic nemesis and a darkly entertaining presence. But even he admits they can't keep Oscar out in the wild forever, so Season 8 will have to start figuring out what the next step in his arc looks like. Meanwhile, relationships within the core cast will continue to evolve. One particularly important moment at the end of Season 7 was when Tim tried to confess his feelings to Lucy, but she ended up falling asleep after working a long shift. That unresolved tension is likely to carry into the new season unless the show decides to move them forward off-screen. Either way, fans can expect more clarity about where their relationship is headed. There's also a strong chance we'll meet some new characters, especially since Nolan might be assigned a fresh rookie to train. That would shake things up and add a new layer of intrigue. And let's not forget, Jenna Dewan recently confirmed through her Instagram that Season 8 is filming in Prague. Her behind-the-scenes posts, featuring cobblestone streets and beautiful old buildings, indicate that the show's taking a big leap in terms of visual scope and location. This move to Prague isn't just for show, it could tie directly into the Oscar storyline. Since Season 7 ended with him escaping via helicopter, Prague might very well be where he's gone to hide. This season looks like it's going to hit hard. So even though fans will have to wait a bit longer for new episodes, it's looking like the wait will be worth it. The blend of unresolved storylines, returning villains, fresh locations, and personal drama gives the rookie a lot to work with. And what if the show finally brings back Henry and lets Nolan reconnect with his son? That might just be the emotional centerpiece Season 8 needs to really stand out. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.